welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about what I think is one of the most popular things in the dog training world, or at least in the dog world itself. We're going to discuss socialization. I'm going to come out and say right off rip, I hate the word. I disagree with it. I think we need to stop using it as dog professionals. I think we need to get it out of our vocabulary. I hear it from people in the dog community. I hear it from dog owners. I hear it from vets. I hear it from dog trainers. I hear it from breeders. I hear it from people that are doing rescue. Hell, I even hear it from groomers. I always hear people discuss and tell other dog owners or new dog owners, oh, make sure you socialize your dog. And I think it's one of those words. It's become a buzzword. Some people are saying it. They don't even know like what it means necessarily. I think they know what it means, but they couldn't articulate it to you if you asked them to. If you were like, hey, what exactly does that look like? Like, how am I supposed to socialize this dog? And how does that benefit the dog? And how does that benefit my relationship with the dog? Because that's the key, relationship with the dog right there. I want you to tag that one. That's an important one right there. So that is something we should be asking. These are questions we should be asking when we hear people say, I want, you should socialize your dog. So, right, that's the big thing. We're going to start with that. We're going to discuss socialization, why I hate it, and why I think it needs to be changed. I hear it all the time. When I hear it, I always challenge people. Hey, what do you mean by that? Like, can you walk me through, like, how is that put in practice? And then how does that benefit me and my dog? A lot of the times you'll have people, you need to socialize your dog so they're not afraid of other dogs or new people. I don't really think socialization is the way to do that. Let's start with this. Usually when I ask people, specifically dog trainers, I will get dog trainers that they'll be like, new puppy owners should be socializing their dog. And I'll ask them, well, why? Walk me through socialization. What is that? Well, I'll get one of three answers. Answer number one will be, well, I don't know, but walk me through it. Act like I'm a dog owner. I've never owned a dog in my life. I'm a 20-year-old. I just moved out of my parents' house. I'm on my own. I've decided I want to go get Fido, right? I want to go get a little puppy. I want a companion. Why do I need, I don't know what do you mean socializing? And I get people that can't explain it. They've just heard the buzzword a million times, so they reuse it, right? It's like going to a politician when they're like, it's about the middle class. Define middle class fast. Oh, you can't. Because it's just a buzzword you guys like to use, right? So that's why I find that's one answer I'll get confused people that they have no idea. They're just regurgitating something that they heard at some seminar or on some other trainer's videos or posts or some bullshit. So they're just regurgitating a word that they don't even understand. The second answer I get sometimes is somebody's like, well, you need to make sure your dog's, like dog parks and running around playing with other dogs and being able to greet with all these people and all of those things. And I say, okay, well, why is that important for me and my dog's relationship? Well, you don't want to be afraid of other dogs. You don't want to be afraid of other dogs. What if I go let him play with other dogs as a puppy and another dog just totally fucking steamrolls him, fucks their shit up? That dog's now terrified of other dogs because it just had a traumatic experience with a dog in its short lifespan, right? That could create more fear. You'll find dogs are standoffish of people early on in life. It has nothing to do with the traumatic event. What you can do? You can just teach them to ignore people. Over-socialized dogs, I see it all the time, pull owners towards people as they walk past them or other dogs. And then they'll eventually become kind of reactive because they get frustrated because they're trying to get to this thing and we're not letting them. That's a big thing we see. The third answer I get is somebody explaining what it really means. what I think it really means, right? What I think is actually the important thing. They're like, well, you need to make sure you're getting your dog into new situations, around people, not necessarily engaging with them, but definitely being around them. Make sure they see other dogs out in public and these things. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. That's important. I can see that benefiting my dog and my relationship. But does that sound like socialization to you? That's the key. I like to hit people with that, right? If we really think about the word socialize, socialization, socializing, right? These things, that we have to remember, especially as a dog trainer, we may be talking, or a dog professional in general, we may be talking to somebody that doesn't know what that means, right? It's a new dog owner. They don't know what all of these terms necessarily mean. They're uneducated in our little bubble world here, right? As far as like the dog industry goes, they don't know what these terms all mean, right? It's like throwing operant conditioning out there. Oh, positive reinforcement versus negative reinforcement. And they're like, what? Yeah, they're not expected to know that. They just bought a dog. That'd be like my mechanic expecting me to know every little part of the engine in my car. I just bought the car. I don't know anything about cars. I've been driving cars for a long time. I know how to drive them. Don't ask me to fix them. That's not my thing. Right? So when we tell them that, and then the dog owner goes home and they're like, socialize my dog. So they start thinking about, like, what is socialization like in my brain think of? Well, when I think of like socializing as human beings, we're engaging with other people. We're interacting with other people, right? If I go out to socialize, I'm out there to talk to people. I'm out there to interact with people. It implies engagement and interaction with other things. But that's not what we actually want or need for dogs, for that sake. So let's throw the word socialization out the window, please. Let's get rid of that shit. Let's be better, and let's start using an appropriate thing. I personally like to use environmental exposure. You need to get your dog exposed to different environments so that they're comfortable in different situations. Right? Some people call it environmental training. Some people call it exposure training. Like there's a million different things. Anything's better than socialization. Anything that doesn't give off the implication that, oh, I'm supposed to interact. The reality is, dog owner, if you're listening to this, you're watching this video, you're listening to my little rant on socialization, this is what I want to break this down for you. You need to get your dog exposed to as many environments and situations as possible. They don't have to interact with other dogs and people. You can take them to the store. You can take them to like your little downtown, wherever. You can get them around people. Teach them to ignore those people. Teach them to pay attention to you. Build your relationship with the dog. How many times have you picked a dog up from a rescue or a breeder or somebody, and have they ever broken down to you? You know what's super important? You know what the most important thing you can do? Build a healthy relationship with your dog. Because that's the most important thing to do. I will tell all of my dog owners that. Every dog owner that comes here for an evaluation, I always discuss the idea of a healthy relationship and how that's important to you and your dog. Because here's the thing. If I have a dog that's timid, he's afraid, he gets stressed out in new environments. We're going out and we take him downtown. All right, summertime here, we like to do a lot of downtown work. Walking him downtown, there's people everywhere. He's a little unsure. But my relationship is so solid with that dog. He starts to look at me more. He starts to engage with me more because he's like, hey, I'm uncomfortable. I'm unsure what to do. I'm going to look at you because you usually can guide me. And I start rewarding. Oh, good job, buddy. Good job, good job. And he's like, oh, this isn't so bad. Oh, I'm getting treated. Like, this is great. I'm exposing him to a new environment, and I'm teaching him and reinforcing a behavior that is engaging with me, not with other people. So now when something scary happens, what's he defaulting to? Me. I'm the guy, right? That's what you should be building as a dog owner. You build in that concept with your dog that you are the best thing on the planet. You control everything. Do that. Do that first. Yeah. I got a puppy. She's 7 months old. She hasn't had a stranger touch her yet. I won't let it. No need to. She's not afraid of people. I got friends that come over. They can still pet her. She loves people. Doesn't care. But when we get out in public, she ignores them because they've never paid her. They've never done anything for her. She ignores them. She wants to pay attention to me. That's the important part, right? So, like, this is what I'm talking about, right? So with socialization, you know, I will challenge dog trainers on it all day. So our local page, this other trainer, local trainer, posted about a puppy class, right? And in part of it, it's things will work on basic obedience, sit down, stay calm, socialization with people and dogs, confidence building through play and exercises, problem-solving skills for real-life situations. So I go in here, and I, being the person I am, I'm going to comment. I'm going to say, okay, what does socialization in the class consist of? Right? Again, anytime I hear the word socialization, and if you're a dog trainer and I see you post something about socialization, you better bet I'm going to show up in them comments and ask you to break that down. And this is the response I get. This is a great question. Socialization is a developmental piece of the puzzle in teaching your pup how to be a better citizen and confident community member. This is crucial to healthy problem solving as well as helping them self-regulate. Thanks for asking. My question, what does socialization in the class consist of? That didn't answer that. It just told me it's an important piece of the puzzle, but she didn't do anything to break that down for me and tell me what it does. So I followed up. How is it being practiced in the class? Will there be time for puppies to play? I know most puppy classes consist of time for puppies to play. I don't run puppy classes, but I know that. I've seen it. So I'm alluding. I have a feeling that's what's going on. That was 5 weeks ago. I have no response from her. So the reality is she knows it's an important piece, and I personally know who this trainer is. I'm aware of her. We've got some mutual acquaintances around. What I can say is she's what I call a seminar hopper, likes to go to a lot of big seminars and get a big vocabulary and then regurgitate shit, but doesn't actually know how to put any of it into real practice. Yeah, that's the truth. It's an asshole thing to say, but it's the fucking truth about this trainer. That's what you get for ignoring the basic concept question of what exactly does that consist of. Because here's the thing. If somebody asked me, if I posted on my page, hey, we're doing a group class, part of the class is going to consist of environmental exposure or environmental training. And somebody jumped in my comments and was like, hey, what environmental training, what's that consist of? Oh, great question. Here's what that consists of. That means we're going to put the dog into some new situations. We're going to get them exposed to different scenarios and environments. And we're going to show them how they can overcome fear in these environments. We're going to do different things. An example might be we're going to teach them to engage with the dog owner instead of worrying about the distractions and the scary things around them. Boom. That's what that consists of. Again, not socialization, environmental training, environmental exposure. Either of those I like. I stole the environmental training one. Somebody on TikTok posted that they call it that. I loved that. I stole it from them. I'm going to openly admit it. Yeah, I like that term. All right. And I even told them I'm going to steal that from now on because I like that. I like that. I'm not out here with all the good ideas and all the right words. I don't like socialization. So that's what we're looking at, right? Socialization, is it what we think it is? No. If you think it is that your dog needs to run around and play with other dogs and other puppies, or you're a trainer and you're telling people that, go fucking educate yourself. Explain to me why that's important to building a healthy relationship with your dog, or for a dog owner to build a healthy relationship with their dog. If you're a trainer and you're not focusing on how do I build the relationship between the dog owner and the dog, then you're doing it wrong. If you're focusing on how do I get this dog to sit, no, you're in the wrong realm, my guy or girl, right? Learn. We're here to help build healthy relationships between dogs and dog owners. That's our job. Dog owner comes to you, they want a house that they can sit in and relax and enjoy their time with their puppy. That's what they want. They want to enjoy their time with their dog. That means having a solid relationship. That doesn't just mean teaching the dog a million commands. That's a whole nother topic we're going to talk about one day, is different commands and why we need to stop using a bunch of them. So, anyway, thank you for coming to my talk. A little bit of a rant. Dog owners, reach out. I got some online course things we're working on. We got new big things coming. keep an eye out. Follow. Bye.